you might be wondering where I've been, and it's been winter, so that answers that. But I promised you something in a video I put out way back in the fall, that I was going to do something before the next season started, and today we're starting that. It's like 37 degrees. Let's get that mower down in my basement. We'll talk more. Okay, so full disclaimer, I don't recommend you try this at home. This freaking thing is heavy. Whew. That worked out better than I thought I was going to. All right, well, welcome to my very messy basement. I don't have a garage or a shop or anything like that. So we're going to be doing this project down here in my basement. This is a commercial 21 Xseries, which is Exmark's top of the line offering. And I have tons of hours with this mower. That's why I bought one. But you can see from the video, it's kind of beat up. But that's okay. I bought it secondhand, and even as beat up as it is, it's still a workhorse. These FJ 180V mowers, they'll run they'll run forever. There's really not much mechanically wrong with this mower, but there are some things that are damaged. Most of the stuff we're going to do here is aesthetics, but when you love your mower, you're more likely to use it. I'm sure you've heard other lawn care professionals on YouTube say, you have to love the mow or you're just not going to do it. If you've got some ratty, busted up, non-self-propelled mower that you never really enjoy using, you're not going to get out there and do it. Especially when we talk about the more often you mow, the healthier your grass would grow. Shout out to Alan Hain on that. When we're talking about that, if you don't enjoy the experience of using your mower, you're less likely to do it. The same goes for applying herbicides or fungicides. If you've got an old pump, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with hand cans, but if you've got an old pump sprayer and you got a massive yard, you're not likely to stay out there and manage, because managing is no fun. It's a task, it's a chore. Many people look at lawn care like it's a chore, but you don't have to look at it that way. I don't look at it that way. But even though I don't typically look at lawn care as a chore, if I'm using equipment that just doesn't excite me, it starts to feel like that. And I know, speaking personally for me, when I start feeling like it's work and it's no fun, I'm less likely to manage the lawn the way I usually would when I'm out there enjoying myself, enjoying cutting the grass twice a week, enjoying staying on top of the fertilizers and the micronutrients and the other applications that come with a robust lawn plan. I say all that to say this. I love this mower exactly the way it is, but I think it could be a little bit better. Because here's the deal. Back in the day, I was a car enthusiast, and I still am today. But when I was, young, a little kid, I was always playing with Hot Wheels, and I always wanted a new little toy car when I was out. I loved anything automotive, anything with an engine and wheels. I loved it. Fast forward to when I got my driver's license, and I was off to the races. All of my friends in my late teens and early 20s, everything surrounded car culture. I grew up enjoying the import scene. I've had Hondas. I've had a nice BMW. Today I have a Charger, which is we're not gonna go there. I've always been into modifying and tinkering with and making better things that have engines. The thing is, I'm not in a position today where it's financially wise for me to do that. The passion for that hasn't left me at all. But I am not in a financial... look, when I was doing all that stuff back in the day, of course, I'm not afraid to admit that I was blessed beyond my wildest dreams for what my parents did for me. But I also lived under their roof and ate their food, and the job I worked, I had a job, I was in the military. All that money didn't go to a mortgage, a house, bills, all the stuff as an adult. And I don't even have kids, but all the stuff as an adult that I pay for today, I'm not in a position to modify cars because it's a lot of money. But that drive hasn't left me. And that's where things like this are awesome, because it is much cheaper to mess with and tinker and modify and make your own a lawnmower. Or right over off camera right there, I've got a ton of dirt bike parts, modifying dirt bikes and riding dirt bikes. I love that because it's so much cheaper than cars. Now, is that to say I'll never modify a car again? No, absolutely not. But it's not the season for that for me right now. So I get my fix with things like that, which brings us to what we're going to be doing with this Commercial 21 to get the season kicked off. What are the things I'm talking about doing here? Well, mechanically, like I said, and please don't mind the condition of my basement, we've got all kind of projects going on. I don't know if you can see all the way in the back there. That's where those lights are. That's where our home gym is that we're building out. So things are just shuffled all over the place, and really we got to get rid of a lot of this stuff. But that's not what this video is about. This is a mess too. I'm going to be cleaning this up. I'm actually possibly going to build a shed on the side of my house this season. We'll see. It's a busy year. We're getting married. A lot of things that I planned on might be getting put on hold. We'll see. The season hasn't even started yet, man. Chill out. This is going to get powder coated, and I don't want to give too much away, but you can be part of that process. We'll go along for the ride. So for right now, let's get this mower torn apart, get the motor off it, or at least get as far as we can. I'm just going to start taking stuff apart because I love doing that. I mean, obviously there's some direction, but I love being able to just tear into this thing, break it down to nothing, and then we'll put it back together with the new parts once we get it back from Chris. So let's get to it.
All on you, honey, baby, will you look my way? Been ditching all my bodies, failing all the studies, baby, I am out to play. Give me your attention and your sweet redemption, I will never let you down. Will it ever get sunny? Oh, I wonder, honey, baby, how you make me sway. You say you will, I'm calling your addictive brand.
So I'm probably going to take this to Jefferson Lawn, this piece right here, because I cannot figure out how this wheel, this back drive wheel comes off. I don't know if it's damaged or if it's pressed on or what, but I cannot get it off. So that's it. The deck is bare for the most part, and ready to go see Chris. Stretch to charge Risky's legs. We don't have highway like this, bro. Alright, guys. Little bumpy. Little bumpy. Slow it back down. Alright, so we're on our way out to Chris's Rocco Automotive. Yeah, just a nice 70-degree day in Pittsburgh. What is it, the 10th? Of March, 70 degrees. Woo! Don't fall for that sucker spring, but I'll take it. Chris has the parts. He's a little busy today, so we'll pick his brain. I asked him. We'll pick his brain on powder coating a little bit when we pick the parts up. So they're in his hands, and now we got to clean up the rest of the mower parts that I got. So we got the motor, we got some odds and ends, and we're gonna power wash all this stuff and get it ready so that when I get the deck back from Chris, we just gotta put it back together and we're ready to rock. Hit it one more time with degreaser all around, let it sit for maybe, I don't know, a couple minutes, give it a scrub, and that's as far as I'm gonna go with it. You know, I'm not, this ain't a Lamborghini. Alright, so everything has been done, and we'll take a look at the motor. I always want to, like, I keep saying like mower, motor, and maybe I should just say engine. We're gonna take a look at the engine. It cleaned up really well. Remember that a lot of these external parts will be replaced, like the muffler shield, the overhead valve cover. That stuff's getting replaced. So I don't. This was mostly to just get the years of grease and nasty off of it. So let's take a look here. So it's cleaned up pretty well. Remember, stuff like this is brand new, so I'm not really worried about getting it 100%. Those bolts might need replaced. They're pretty rusty. But it cleaned up very well, all the grease and grime and gook. And I know people were probably like having a fit that I'm like power washing this stuff. But remember, this equipment, when you're talking about commercial stuff, we use these mowers every day, and we had them on open trailers, not enclosed trailers, and they would get monsoon rained on, all kinds of stuff, and they always fired right up and went. As long as you're careful about the intake. Now, there's not a lot of fuel in this, which is the reason I can flip it all around and not worry about it spilling out of somewhere and the fuel's off to the carb. But again, this was the air intake portion was covered up, stuffed some paper towels inside of there, and then covered it with multiple layers of duct tape. And then the other thing too is this is going to sit for maybe a week before it's back on the mower, so it's going to have plenty of time to dry out. And remember, this is just to get the bulk off. I'll probably take this cover off and clean it again by hand, and you know, it's not perfect. It's a commercial mower, but it's looking much better, especially the front here. This was just hammered with stuff. This was just covered in gook and grime and nasty. Now you can really see that dent. And this is such soft metal, this overhead valve cover, that any dents or damage you do to this will mess with the gasket seal that's behind here, and it'll cause leaks. It's still dirty back in there, but that's gonna have to get cleaned. That's gonna get cleaned when this gets all removed. So certainly not the a detailed car wash, but definitely cleaner, the cleanest this mower has ever been since it was brand new, for sure. All right, so that's gonna pretty much wrap it up for my portion of this, at least for today. Man, it is so beautiful out. I cannot wait to start getting out in the lawn. There's a lot coming, and we'll save that for another video, but it's gonna be different. There's a different direction to this whole pursuit of growth thing. But we got to wrap up this mower first, and then we can discuss that on future videos. So next time we'll have the mower back and we'll do the big reveal, and I'll show you we'll talk about what exactly I'm talking about with this new direction of the pursuit of growth. Still going to be lawn care, still going to be all that stuff, still beautiful, still got plenty of sun. So I'm going to clean all this up and maybe power wash the charger off, and in the next one, we'll see this fresh mower. We got a whole season to come. You haven't even seen what's going on in my lawn. There's some tons to talk about there. It's crazy. So here's to an upcoming season. It's still early, but it's coming. I can feel it. We'll see you next time. This is the Pursuit of Growth.